All right, on to this problem. The pie chart shows how adults rate their financial shape. Pie chart below. Suppose 18 people are chosen at random from a group of 300. What is the probability that none of the 18 people would rate their financial shape as fair? Make the assumption that the 300 people are represented by the pie chart. All right, let's look at this pie chart. Big chunk of that magenta, big chunk of that blue. Let's see. We are talking about what is the probability that none rate their financial shape as fair? Literally none. So we do not want anything to do with the fair portion. So we are going to totally ignore that. So that 36%, I do not want anybody from that, which leaves me the remainder. 5 plus 44 plus 14 plus 1, or you could do 100 minus 36, whatever. The remaining percentages that I can look at, 64%. I'm okay with anybody in these other groups. So these other 64% I'm totally fine with. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Next up, we have a group of 300, and they're saying this entire pie chart, this entire pie chart is represented by 300 people. Okay. So if I am interested in this 64%, people in the excellent, good, poor, other, anybody but the fair category, right? Because we're looking for that none of them are rating their financial shape as fair. Then I've got 64%, and they're saying it's actually 64% of 300. So let's calculate what that is. What is 64% of 300? I'm just going to do 0.64 times 300 to get that calculation. 0.64 times 300, and I get 192. So there are 192 people in my survey here who did not rate their financial shape as fair, which is good. They're asking me for what is the probability that 18 out of my 300 did not rate their financial shape as fair. So I know that there are a total of 192 that did not rate their financial shape as fair. If they asked me what's the total, I'd be good, I'm done. But they didn't. They want the probability. So let's set up probability for ourselves. So I know for sure that I want to pick from these 192 people, and I don't really care about the order. It's not like a race or like an election where order matters. So I'm going to use combinations here. And I would like all 18 people that I choose to be from this 192 because they did not rate their financial shape as fair. So that's what I want, and that's in the numerator. As far as the denominator goes, the denominator is always the anything goes category. So all possibilities would have to include the entire pie chart, which is all 300 people. So I need to calculate this, and I will go to Excel for that. And I'm going to do two separate calculations. I'm going to do the 192. Oops, I forgot. I got to type in permute first. So 192 did not rate their financial shape as fair. I would like all 18 people that I choose to be from that group. That's a very large number. Hang tight. We're going to work with that. So that's the numerator. My denominator was 300 people total that were in the survey. This is the how many possible choice groups of 18 could be made. Also a very large number. Now, if I want my probability, I'm going to take, and in Excel, I'm going to click on my first number. Actually, sorry. I'm going to click on an empty cell and type equals first. So Excel knows I'm trying to calculate something. I'll click on my first number, then use my backslash for division, and click on that second larger number and hit enter. And it's going to give me my percentage or my probability right there. Looks like we have 0.0024. These numbers here, just for the record, are scientific notation. Excel is saying this number is so huge, I don't have enough room for all the zeros. And that's what that is there. But once we divide them, obviously it changes a big deal. If you're working in Excel and you get scientific notation, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do with that? You can always use these buttons here to increase or decrease the decimal. This can also help make sure that you round properly. So let's say this problem we were asked to round to the nearest, I don't know, maybe 6 decimal places. And Excel automatically gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places. I could use the increased decimal to give me more spaces. I could do that again if I wanted to. I could, or if my instructions were around to 4 decimal places, I could just keep pressing the decrease one until I had four, whatever you get around to. You can always use the increase or decrease decimal buttons here, and I like those a lot because it can give you more control, more ease in working with the decimals. So this one, let's say we need to round to, I'll just say 5 decimal places, and that's our probability right there, 0.0024. And that would be it. That's it for this problem. So this one was definitely a little weird. I don't remember ever doing one of these with any student except for when we review the test. So just to review the steps that we go through, we look at the pie chart and we're going to eliminate a category, it looks like. In this case, we eliminated fair, which was 36%. So the first thing you do is calculate the remaining percent that is okay. You multiply that by the total of your group, and that leaves you how many total in your numerator. This is going to be combinations because order doesn't matter. And you're just going to set up 2 combinations, one with the specifics that you care about. You want people from this group, and that's how many. And the denominator is the generic. There's the grand total of everything. I like the denominator, they're simpler. And then just use your permutations in Excel, and then a little bit of division to get the probability. And that should be it. This one is definitely a little tricky. Like I said, I don't remember ever seeing this like on a practice or homework or somewhere. I think it might be in a textbook somewhere as an example, which is where I saw it from. But if you have trouble with this, please feel free to email me. We can look at other examples if you'd like. Or if this is good, just follow the same kind of pattern. You can always have this video. You can make notes from this video for the next time that you have to come across a problem like this, and hopefully it will help. But always email me if you want to, if you have any questions. Otherwise, that is it for this problem.